Now, this is if you are a fireworks junkie, if you are a big production junkie, this list is for you. So this is Sandman's definitive list of the top 5 destinations on the planet to go to for a major New Year's Eve celebration. Hello, welcome to Liming with Sandman. My name is Sandhus, but you can call me Sandman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year, my favorite time of year, New Year's Eve. Now, I know this video is happening in November, but we need to talk New Year's Eve plans. So if we're going to talk about New Year's Eve plans, I can't wait until New Year's Eve to do it. I have to start talking about it months in advance. And this is actually very late. However, this video is going to talk about my top 5 destinations for major New Year's Eve celebrations. Now, this is if you are a fireworks junkie, if you are a big production junkie, this list is for you. Now, most of these cities that I'm going to call, I have been to for New Year's Eve. Some of them I haven't, but most of them I have, and I can tell you with my full chest, this is Sandman's definitive list of the top 5 destinations on the planet to go to for a major New Year's Eve celebration. Notice I keep saying major New Year's Eve celebration because there is a top 5 list for unique New Year's Eve celebration that will come later in the week. Now, if you really like this video, please smash the like button. Please subscribe for more content. Again, we are going to be counting down Sandman's top 5 destinations for major New Year's Eve celebration. Okay. Number 5, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, Rio for New Year's Eve is similar to Rio for Carnival. They take their New Year's Eve celebration really seriously in Rio de Janeiro. Everyone traditionally dresses in white, and they'll have like one accent color. So you'll see maybe red or green, and these things signify something that they're looking for in the new year. So red for love, green for money, and different colors mean different things. So you'll be all white plus some kind of color. Thousands, if not millions of people gather on Copacabana or Ipanema Beach, and they're all there reveling, celebrating to bring in the new year, where they have about 9 to 12 barges out on the coastline, shooting up millions of fireworks throughout the night, and it is a spectacle to be seen. Now, a lot of the hotels along the shoreline will have these rooftop parties, and that way you can see everything for miles. It's a great vantage point. It's really exciting to see. I have not done it yet. I have always wanted to go to Rio for New Year's Eve, but I have not done it yet, but I'm sure it will happen in the near future. The things that work against this. Now, Rio actually would have been my number 1 destination for New Year's Eve. It truly would have been. But the things that work against it is Rio is not... Now, I don't mean to say it like this because I don't like to insult countries like this, but it is not the safest major city on the planet. It is known to have some petty theft, some, crime. Tourists have to be very mindful of their belongings and where they are, who is around them. And I just feel like that added stress of having to consistently be protective in a very festive environment with thousands, if not millions of people around you can diminish your experience just a tad. However, I think if you practice normal common sense, don't wear your valuables, don't bring too much money out with you, stay with your group, I think you will still have an amazing time in Rio. What works for it is that it's in its summertime. So Rio is in the southern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere, it's summer in December. So the weather is really nice, if not a bit hot. So you can have an amazing time in Rio on the beach and, right back to your friends who are in the cold, dark winter. Number 4, Hong Kong. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been to Hong Kong for New Year's Eve, and it was one of the most fun experiences on the planet for me. They shoot up fireworks all along Victoria Harbor. It is an amazing, organized, choreographed fireworks display. And one thing that I loved about it is that you can see it from various vantage points along the harbor. It's not like there's just one little area that you have to cram into to see the fireworks. You can see it along the harbor. So finding that perfect spot is a bit easier when it's more spread out like that. At the time I went there, Hong Kong is a pretty safe city for tourists. And when I say that, I mean, you're not gonna be robbed, you're not gonna be harassed, you're not gonna feel unsafe like that. Now, I do understand that there are some grumblings of protests, especially with China and their relationship there. But from the standpoint of going for New Year's Eve as a reveler, you won't have any issues. You won't have any issues with safety. It can be a little chilly. However, I think it was completely worth it. There are lots of New Year's Eve parties that happen along the hotels along the Victoria Harbour. So you have options of places you can watch the fireworks for. There's actually a street of bars along the road right next to the harbour as well. So a lot of people go to the bars and then cross the street and watch the fireworks. Now, one of the things that actually works against it, in my opinion, is the fact that they are highly organized. Meaning there are lots of pens and lots of like channeling of pedestrians to get into, where you watch the fireworks. So they'll block off streets for miles. And it's great when you're getting to the fireworks. It's horrible when you're leaving. My hotel was literally like a 10-minute walk from Victoria Harbour, but it took me 2 hours to get back because I had to go through all these different channels that they were guiding the pedestrians through, and it took forever to get back to my hotel. And it was so bad for me that now whenever I plan my New Year's Eve trips, it's something that I consider greatly. How long will it take me to get back to my hotel? Because I was suffering. However, it's still a great destination to go to for a major New Year's Eve celebration. Number 3 on my list, London, United Kingdom. Now, I could not do this list without the London New Year's Eve celebration, and a lot of you will wonder why it wasn't number 1. But when you hear number 1, you're gonna be like, okay, it makes sense. London is fantastic for New Year's Eve. The choreographed fireworks display around the London Eye with Big Ben tolling in the back is an amazing experience. You hear all 12 rounds of Big Ben banging in the background, and then the fireworks starts, around the London Eye, and it's really beautiful. I had the opportunity to see this in 2013, and it was just a really great experience, like thousands of us, crowded into this area to see the London Eye, and it really is beautiful. It's a unique experience. It's a unique fireworks display with a lot of historical buildings right next to it. The problem with the London experience is that it is freaking cold. It is so cold. So cold. It was paralyzingly cold for me in the sense of I'm a Caribbean boy, I live in LA. Going to London where I had to bundle up to see this fireworks display was such a moment for me that I think it was like the last time I went to any cold destination for New Year's Eve because it was just so cold. The other thing that works against it is that the area that you can see the fireworks display is really small. It's a really cramped area. You have 2 bridges on the side, and then you have this one little corner of the street that you can, see it front on because it's just the London Eye going off. It's not like it's spread out along the Thames. So as you're watching it, you're really, pressed against a lot of people. We actually stormed the bridge. It was one of the most fun parts of my trip to London. I was with a group. The security said there were too many people on the bridge and they locked it off. And the way they locked it off was they created a human link chain kind of thing. So what we did was we we tipped over the tallest guy in our group, and I was not the tallest guy. There was a guy who was like 6'8", so we kind of pushed him, and he fell and broke the chain, and then we just ran, stormed the bridge. It was really fun, really funny, but we got to see the fireworks from a better view because we definitely weren't gonna get to the front of the front area to see it head on, but we saw it from the side. Still a great time. Still really beautiful, still really fantastic. So London is definitely a place you want to consider for your New Year's Eve celebration. Number two is also a destination you're going to be like, well, why the hell isn't it number one? Number two, Dubai. Dubai for New Year's Eve is one of the most fantastic, incredible places you can go to for New Year's Eve. They're always trying to top themselves, not anybody else, themselves, by creating the largest fireworks display you've ever experienced. So the great part about going to Dubai is that one, it's warm. So that's good, it's warm. And a major fireworks display is a stone's throw away from any point in the city. They don't have just one central place where they do a major fireworks display. No, you'll have about like 5 or 6 of them going around in the city. The Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, shoots up fireworks. But you also have the Burj Al Arab, the Sail Hotel, they do a fireworks display. The Palm Jumeirah, they send up fireworks. The World Islands, they send up fireworks. There are fireworks everywhere, so you do not have to just go to one spot to see fireworks. Dubai is actually a really safe city, so you don't have to worry about, pickpocketing and that kind of stuff. It's safe for you, it's warm, so these are all pluses. Where the negatives happen for Dubai is cost. New Year's Eve is their thing. Like certain cities, New Year's Eve is their thing. So you can expect the hotel prices to be extremely expensive. The cost of actually going to some of the more high-end, not even high-end, for more of the structured venues for a New Year's Eve, meaning there are certain restaurants that are located really close to certain places where the major fireworks are going off, and they'll charge you like $400 or $500 for dinner that night because you're gonna get a great view of the fireworks. So a lot of the prices start getting inflated, and it's already a city that caters to the world's elite and the world's rich, that going for New Year's Eve, you can expect that the prices go up even more. I stayed at a hostel for New Year's Eve in Dubai. In 2019, I went there to bring in 2020, and I stayed at a hostel, and the hostel was like $120 a night for a bed in an 8-dorm. That is crazy. That is crazy. But they were located right in front of the Burj Khalifa, so I didn't have to go anywhere to see the fireworks. But again, if you do not care about cost, Dubai is definitely your place for a grand New Year's Eve experience. My number one destination for New Year's Eve, for a major New Year's Eve experience, no contest. There was no contest. Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia is to me the perfect place to go to for a major New Year's Eve celebration. One, it is their summertime, it is warm, it is really nice, really great weather. Oh my God, I cannot tell you all how great of a weather it was when I went for New Year's Eve. Two, they are the first major city to ring in the new year, so they take it very, very seriously. The fireworks display along Sydney Harbour is one of the most fantastic shows you're gonna see. The bridge and the Sydney Opera House are the central pieces. However, there are barges all along, Sydney Harbour, so you see the fireworks at different locations. It's not just that you have to be near the Opera House to see that fireworks. If you want to see that piece of it, you'll see it, but there are barges everywhere, so fireworks are going up all the time. They actually have a water pageant that goes along the river, where you see all these old boats, you see some planes, there's a whole show. They do a lot more than just the fireworks, and I believe there are actually 2 fireworks displays, one at 9 p.m. and for the kids, and then another, the big one at midnight. It was fantastic. Sydney, in my opinion, is also a safe city. Where it falls on the New Year's Eve celebration list is because of the expense. Again, like Dubai, they're a New Year's Eve city, so they know people are flying in, and Sydney is already a majorly expensive city. So you can expect prices to go up big time. And when I say big time, even more so than Dubai. And people are paying it because the experience is completely worth it. And the great part about it, I felt it was easy getting back to my hotel. I don't feel like they blocked off the streets in a way that you couldn't, just walk home if you needed to. So I loved that about the Sydney experience. Ladies and gentlemen, if you agreed with my list, please let me know in the comments, like the video. If you think I forgot anything, please let me know what your top 5 destinations for New Year's Eve, for a major New Year's Eve destination, because we're going to come with some unique experiences in my next video. Anyway, this has been Liming with Sandman. I'm your boy Sandman. I will see you in the next video.